Hey everybody, this is Asher, back with more Humankind, where we are now French! Because that's just the way the game works, you pick cultures and things go. I've been doing a lot of focus on the New World. In fact, I have this former independent colony, independent place, is now one of my best cities. I mean, even if we just look at it here, 763 industry. Now granted, some of that is because we just built this wonder right here, but still, it's a good time to be in the lead because I am significantly in the lead. I've just started, oh gosh, the industrial era where scientists, we're going to be doing a lot of research here. I'm going to be trying to accumulate a lot of fame, and we may be able to park here for a little bit, although there isn't pretty solid argument for going into the modern era. But one of the issues that we're going to run into is oil. Now, this world was generated before the first fix-it patch, and I'm going to kind of table my thoughts for the game overall at the end. But you can see we have a lot of coal. We actually do have some oil right here next door. So that does mean that if I really want to get oil, I could probably press a claim that I have just on this area. So maybe, let's see. You know what? We do have an alliance here with these guys. This is literally scat. So we have Atik. So these are oppressing the faithful, oppressing the faithful, oppressing my people. I have so many claims against you guys, and I can't even identify which one is the correct one. My war support is apparently through the roof. So let's take a look here at scat. We are actually going to demand here just to see what happens.
Fairness must be restored, else action must be taken.
Okay.
Granted. We accept.
Really?
I can tell you that our gratitude is boundless.
So, we had trade routes that were briefly disrupted. But if we look here, the Polds have yielded. They've accepted our one demand. So did they just give us scat? It looks like they did. So we have oil. That is pretty nice. So this is an outpost, and right now we would have to attach it to somebody. We could attach it to you for a pretty chunk of change, or we could attach it to you for an even prettier chunk of change. You see, we have a lot of expansionist stars potentially on the table. We need to attach 3 more territories, but I'm glad that we're big enough that we can still kind of bully some of this crap. So let's go ahead and attach it, because that'll make the stability go pretty well. But look, suddenly all of our crises are averted. Scat also potentially having other things. But now that we know that this is here, we need to actually develop the combustion engine. But the reason that I bring this up is because, unfortunately, in the old way, in the original release of this game, if you're watching this later on down the line, oil was one of the resources that was incredibly hard to get. Okay, so we're just going to put 11 there. We have a lot of stuff. We're not really pressing to do this right away, but oil is one of those resources that maybe you'd get 1 or 2, and some of the technologies require a lot more. Like, I don't know how to get exactly to a strategic map. I did a little bit of a survey, like, this is oil. That's nice. There may be oil up on the edges of the map. We won't really know until satellite era, but unless I'm missing something, I did not see oil anywhere else. Like, there's a lot of pearls, and that's good, but I'm not seeing this other stuff. So let's make sure our trades are good with the poles. Seems like they are. So they relented. That's where we are currently at in the game. But let's see what we got here. Revolutionary art, show details, artistic expression. The invention of movable typeface is a great breakthrough, but the potential has to cause massive disruption of existing powers. Via the printing press, wow, printing press came. Let's hear. +1 influence on market quarter, +1 influence on makers quarters. I don't know which one I'd want. I probably would want free arts here, because censored art sounds like crap. And this gets us more towards the liberty push really hard, but we'll we don't need to worry about that so much today. I'm going to go ahead and hit intern, but one of the reasons is because I'm trying to get through this game a little bit faster. I've already spent a lot of time talking here. So we just got the Eureka achievement, produce 500 science in one city. We'll see what that is in just a minute. But there are a few balance changes that came from that initial patch, but there's some things such as oil distribution. I think uranium is another issue that is just not going to be resolved until you create a new world. But we got our first agrarian star, so already we're growing. We're going to be building a lot of districts. It's we're going to be going through this era potentially pretty fast. But let's just go through here and see what we're building. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. That's 500 science from Lulaban, which has turned out to be a really good place. I was expecting a little more science from this place, but we'll get there soon. Because science, it turns out, is a big deal. We're still trying to build infrastructure here, but then we have a shit ton of exhibition halls that we're going to throw out and up and left and right. Let's go ahead and just have you researching, because one of my plans here potentially is that we could use a scientist skill that moves all industry and money into science. That is a great way to push things forward. And I mean, technically we do have the money. We can buy out a lot of this crap just to get some of the production moving here. I mean, we're making all of this money already. And we have another issue here, representative government. Though they have been part of your empire for generations, the people of Tlaxcala have their own distinct culture and traditions, a fact that over the years has sparked both celebration and dissonance. Recently, some of the cities more educated have been speaking out in favor of representative government. Modern times have brought a hunger for new ideas and leadership, and some of the most brazen dissidents have labeled you a colonist who has purposely kept their people oppressed. Well, this is fun. The people we could reform, which goes towards liberty, I guess. Spend 200 money that we still have. The people of Tlaxcala should be led by those they recognize as their own. Change could be expensive, but it's the right thing to do. I'm really curious about why this doesn't have, like, potential events here. This one, obviously, I can understand why. This is a passing fad. That probably means that they'll eventually revolt. Commission an independent panel of experts to conduct more research on the issue. This should satisfy the dissidents for the foreseeable future. So we could do plus science. I'm just going to spend 200. Make everybody happy. But yeah, this is a 300 turn game, and right now, especially since now I have, like, scat here, we're not really facing some of the same issues that we had been before. So that food market will be done soon. Like I said, we're just going now. That's another turn. Isn't this the complaint that people have about 4X is like Civ or something? Eventually, you get so big and so powerful that the world just ends up being a game of end turn. Like, we're getting Colony Blueprint, which is ideally a really good thing for founding new colonies, but I'm not in a position to found any new colonies. The land grab is already done. It's just one of those things that needs to kind of be worked out. That's interesting. Generates trails towards neighboring train stations so it can move faster. Gives pollution, though. So we have to start watching out for pollution here. Alright, so another era star. Who knew, right? Now, the only other person that's in the industrial era right now are these guys, the Austria-Hungarians, which the spacing here is great. We all love our tassels here as the European groups, but maybe not that much. Let's go ahead and claim our copper, though. Alright, so we have manufactories, train stations, coal mine. Lots of potential child labor issues in the coal mine. We'll go ahead and do this. Just drop money. Anything we can do to speed up development here, because this place can grow fast and go fast. And I don't remember where I put Big Ben, but I'm pretty sure I put Big Ben, well, 10% science on the capital. Well, we'll figure that out later. I don't have to know the answer to that today. Okay. So this place is doing pretty good. It's actually a decent research quarter place right there. But we're looking for coal stuff right now. Right, not there. Coal mine right there. So look, we just hooked it up. And people are already buying our coal. Isn't that coal? There's a joke there. That was terrible. But look at how few resources still, even after all this time. Alright. But we can throw a coal mine over here. So, like, on our initial continent, we've just literally had nothing. We've been forced to expand. And that's okay, I guess. So we'll just generate money and this stuff and keep on keeping on. Like, maybe eventually we'll have to build up a standing army for sure, but at least at this point, like, they're still doing Mongol hordes. We can just shoot them now. New grievance available.
How you doing, friend?
So they're oppressing the faithful here. We could demand that they give this up. That's a lot of resources there. That's mercury as well. I'm pretty sure they would never go for it, but we've bought everything that we can from people, pretty much. So we do have another pact as well.
You might find this interesting.
You know, we do want to have as many alliances as possible.
You are as just as you are wise.
Sovereign, how can I help you?
Okay, we're in alliance with everybody now. Violence has stopped our selling with the Goths. Not sure why. So nobody's fighting now. Everybody's already allied to us. Can't this just be a victory condition? Alright, so cultural arrangement, that's fine.
I cannot dispute the benefit in that.
Alright. Would love to be able to change some of the voice stuff.
And you are here because...
Okay, so this is all sold, resource sold. The Poles ended a treaty, downgraded your treaty, shared logistics. Really? Okay, we're still allies. Huh. Let me propose this back.
I have a proposition for you.
Okay.
I think you'll like it.
So they're benevolent, they're vindictive.
Agree to this anemic proposal.
Yeah, shut up, Vincent. Alright. So as we build up our economy here, one of the things that we're going to have to look at, I guess we made them mad by demanding some land that really should be ours. But it's okay, we have the Appalachians up here. We'll have oil as a resource up here eventually. We have coal here, but yeah, I guess we're just ending turns and flying through the era. But it doesn't seem like things are going too badly. We do have some civics that we can grab. Like artistic expression. These civics just, their costs just spiraled out of control. And I've seen some other people play, and I don't know if the civics get quite this expensive for them. Like compatibilism's good. This is good. We have a lot of makers' quarters. I don't really care about either of these because stability is not an issue right now. So I guess we're just going to keep hitting the intern button. And this is one of the things where I've said before, you know, maybe I just go through and play ahead and just show you all what it looks like at the end. But I think it's important for me. Yeah, that's nice to have that now. But I think it's nice for y'all to see just like, okay, this is now the stage of the game where we're just going to be slapping that end turn button a lot. Although we could have a hungering for some violence later. So, the Forge Master Sin. One day, a humble yet talented painter requests a private audience. With shaking hands, he confesses to a diabolical deceit. Under one of his senior custodian's guidance, renowned altarpieces from the fabled Notre Dame are being replaced by counterfeits. Although the originals are being sold to private collectors to fund charitable endeavors to feed the hungry across the empire, the painter still views the thefts as a sin and could not maintain the duplicity any longer. It is the most egregious cultural vandalism, but also an unseen one. The painter vows he will abide by whatever choice he'd agree. What do you do? So we can punish him and hurt him. We could overlook. This is a victimless crime. We can enlist. So I'm just going to do overlook. I mean, they're still trying to do good as little do-gooders here. But yeah, we have all these places growing. You're about to have a scientific explosion as well. Let me just make sure here. So printing house. This is good. Like, if we look at completed here, do we already have a library? Yeah, we do. Okay. So this is all very good. I don't want to like totally lose everything here, but we are researching kind of like crazy here. Their university is just about done. What else can you guys do for me? We could do another market quarter, but that's not very exciting. We could do another research quarter down here for a good old-fashioned 22. That's probably nice. Okay. See, we can just go ahead and buy some of this crap out. Sorry, just trying to think out loud in my brain here. For the kind of things I can build, like, oh my god, why do we not have this built yet? This is a lot of potential money that we could just be bringing in, because there's a ton of trade routes that come in through Lulabed. Alright. And I could start building a standing army pretty much anytime I want to here. So research quarter, this is all good, this is all good. Like printing house, this is good. This is just... The goal here now is just to go crazy on science. Except this place still needs a little bit of like production. So where else can we build an exhibition hall? 47 and 7, 47 and 7. This is fine. Do this up here, that's fine. Actually, you know what? No, that's not fine. Because we want this to have adjacent quarters to it. So we'll put this right here. Because that's our harbor. That's our warehouse. Okay. And I think you're done with this. And apparently we can go into our religion and change our buildings. If we go to change state religion. Oh, there are no other religions you may be converted to. Okay, well there's apparently a button that lets us change what kind of buildings we build. But whatever, we picked that for today, so it's fine. I don't know if we forgot anything here, but are any of these other buildings that we can build good? Like public fountain seems good. Thought that said public school, but that's why. Thought I did. House of Scribes. Library, those are all very important things. And then the growth here is great. Just bank for just plus money is fine. So making up for some of this crap from before, plus 10% food. See, this is where being able to build new colonies and do this stuff would be potentially better, and I know there is an argument you can make that says, hey, maybe we should just ditch all, or like raise your cities as soon as you buy them out, take them over, and then build your own cities, but that just seems a little backwards. Alright, so y'all are building exhibition halls. Where else can we build an exhibition hall? I guess there's one up here. So 34. Wonder why it says do it over here instead up here. I guess technically this lets us build towards the oil, but... Oh, it takes away food. Yeah, I guess we don't want to do that. Anything else that looks good that we can build up here? 27 and 9, that's pretty solid. And then we can build one up here somewhere probably, right? Oh, those are adjacent. Nice. Then 8 and 10 is not the best, but it lets us develop this just a touch. Alright. Then we have all of our other places that are providing happy little things.
30 research quarters. It's a city so full of specialists that nobody can understand anyone else.
That sounds about right. So we have trade routes coming and going. I don't think anybody's fighting with anybody though.
What do you seek?
So I've really generated world peace. You know, it makes me wonder. We need to do a city here. Who's our best research city? Because I just kind of want to stretch my legs and try this out. Oh, it's Lulaban for sure. So after Lulaban finishes this in 3 turns, let's try turning on the science here just to see how good it can do. So we probably don't need 17 food, but this is 800 science in a city. Remember, not that long ago, we were generating 1,000 science as a culture. So encyclopedia, now we have the potential for an academy. +2 science for research quarters. Plus, oh my god. Okay, well let's go through and build a damn academy too. Alright. So I still think we do it Cabinet of Curiosities, but that's just a really big deal of a building. And for some reason you can't build it yet, so there's got to be some prerequisites that I got to get to. Like school. We don't do school in the New World. And then like, see, all the shit needs to be built. And that's okay. This place, meanwhile, is like my little palace of science already. But all your prereqs are already going through. I love how these are like, it's gonna take 1 turn. It's a friggin' library. But still, that's gonna be really good considering how big this place has gotten already. Yeah, we need more researchers. Like, some money traders are good, but we are definitely changing our focus here. And once again, our stability is still through the roof. Like, even roofier through the roof than it was before. Alright, so that's fascinating. Okay. Printing house is good. Cabinet of Curiosities. We just love a cabinet, I guess. And then here. Once this is done, I could wait for this to build. Maybe we can buy it out in just a minute. We'll see. So look, a 3rd star. We got a builder star already. We got 2 builder stars before we even got our science here. So us little Frenchies, not that little, but this era may not be long for this world, especially if I can research through a lot of it. The Mongols downgraded from shared logistics to tactical cooperation. Really? Okay, well, I think somebody's planning a backstab. And it's probably you.
Will we end the day friends or foes?
Good question. Alright, let's keep it focused on the old world here for a minute, so. One more turn for you guys. We have a pollution panel now. Austro-Hungarians are the top polluters. Allow you to monitor current pollution and pollution output. Hover over for more details. So, if our pollution gets way too high, apparently we all get penalties. I could start planting trees all over the place. That may not be a terrible idea. But let's go ahead and hit science here. So that means that all the money making that they do now goes into science. Let's see what that means. 2,000 science! And this is locked for 5 turns. So that would be even bigger with an academy. So, collective minds is now active. Surplus food will be converted into science for a minimum number of turns, after which you can freely deactivate collective minds. So, that's exciting. I think we're actually going to get these. We have 6,000 science now. Yeah, this is how we blast through an era, I guess.
Lightning in a bottle. This new power will impact every aspect of society, from public safety to industrial production.
All right.
Change is coming.
It is. So, Alchemist Workshop, we now have the potential for a flat plus 10% science on every top of everything else. Electricity lets us do coal generators. Strangely, coal generators do not actually generate pollution. Coal plant does, though. Plus 10 industry per coal. Well, that's just really good. So maybe we do start to plant a trees. World accomplished, we discovered electricity. So what do you guys have to say?
You are here because...
Did you actually just suspend all trade with us? Well, let's buy this shit back. Oh, well, that's fun. That's incredibly expensive. That's incredibly... Were we never able to buy from you? Okay, it's weird that we have zeros here. Alright, I feel like somebody's not treating me.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
We would all benefit from growing closer, don't you think?
Alright. By the way, they're early modern Goths, so I guess they just decided to go ahead. A new alliance between the Mongols and the Mughals have just started. Cute. So we're all just friends. Everybody is happy. I'd love to look and see the prior era and who has what, but it's okay. I guess we're not long for this era after all. Because our fame, remember when we were in the fame basement? Now we're 1,000 in the lead for fame, but that's okay. It looks like we're going to have our pick of whatever we want. So let's see. The riches of far shores. Rejoice, world. The word has arrived of your bravest, most intrepid sailors have crossed the wild seas and discovered an entire new continent full of riches. We have also discovered electricity. With wealthy individuals ready to patronize more expeditions, take advantage of this newfound natural wealth, it is time. You ask yourself, how do you wish to secure the resources needed to power your empire? So see, this costs a little bit less now. We could do seize resources, 30 war support to increase when declaring war, or 20 acquired resource deposits to be able to create wondrous resource deposits. Huh. I don't really care about either of these. However, I do care about some of the other civics that I now have the influence for. Like artistic expression.
If art is to speak,
That's
to
good.
show the truth, you can't gag and bind it.
And then just
Indeed,
a little bit of
there is a
extra
difference between
science.
Inspiration and investigation.
And that one doesn't really affect me. So that's fine. Alright, so Lulaban is going crazy. Oh, we can set all of our cities to this if we want to. Oh, that's good to know. That is really good to know. And see, we can just pump up all of our money right here. Plus 2 science per salt pepper. Plus 10% science. And then academy here. Also good. So apothecary plus 1 stability. So see, we went from building a bunch of districts to building a bunch of add-ons, but I guess that's kind of how it's supposed to go. All right. You all are locked in for a little bit. Maybe we can science bomb the shit out of this in just a second, but yeah, y'all are fine with the university. We're still building a bunch of districts here, and we have our coal mine going. We also potentially have, since we've discovered electricity, we do have coal power plants somewhere. Somewhere. I thought we did. Because that would honestly be pretty good to get, but let's go look at the tech tree real quick. That will give us the answers that we need. Steam engine. So there's this. Scientific method. Hooray. Electricity. Coal plants. Coal energy, max level 4. We need copper. We have stuff for it. Okay, so coal generators, coal plants. Let's try on the capital. If there's anywhere that can build it, it's you guys. Or maybe next turn we can build it. Oh, coal energy. So we need a high furnace. And then we can build a coal plant. Okay. That makes some sense. So this is coal energy level 1. So see, we're gonna have to go back and get our industry built really well. Charcoal kiln level 2. All right, so this is what I get for ignoring some of this stuff, but it's okay because we're just going to do it now. Let me build another hamlet. That's actually terrible. All right. All right. I'm not too concerned right now. Unless you guys are coming to attack me in cogs. Alright, naval artillery research. Look, we can build Carracks now. And units are available. And it looks like we're close to another population star, or we just got it. Let's see here. What's our new grievance? So I wonder if we can, like, peacemonger our way to survive the world here. That seems good. Alright. Bright lights, big city. With the invention of electricity in time... Oh, sorry. Oh, wow, that's a really big yawn. Oh, God, I just snorted. Oh, my God. Okay. Tries again. Bright lights, big city. The invention of electricity will, in time, usher in a new epoch of humankind that we can only begin to imagine. For now, the changes are somewhat pedestrian, as much of the work must still be done to lay the foundation for later advances. However, the leadership of boisterous city of Lulabon, famous for its recreational quarters, have petitioned for a gleeful city to be in the vanguard of illuminating revolution. They wish you to bless one of their entertainment quarters with a marvelous invention. What quarter do you choose? So we can do Slapstick Boulevard, bawdy comedies, and low broad variety here. So that increases industry. Opera Plaza, the world's greatest classics, will bring the great thinkers together in Lulabon. That's 15 science is kind of laughable. I'm gonna be honest here. Red light district, prosperous. Haha. So, which puts us in a way that we want to go. Alright, so 3 turns and you're locked. That academy is freaking expensive, so that's okay. Alright, so there is losing population, gaining population. Agrarian star. We're going through research pretty well. This is a nice dry run for pushing through research later. But yeah, we have a lot of stars. I think we're not going to be the French for very long. I think I may just want to go ahead and jump to the next era, because we're about to get a star here. We're going to get a star here pretty soon as well. And I could probably go for waiting to get these, but once I get these 3, I may just want to go ahead and dive to the next area. So we have flintlock research. Now we have bastions and musketeers and men of war. And we have another culture it's gained. So finally, people are getting up here.
To see you.
They're the Mexicans. Hello! How are you doing, Mashika? I'm gonna let you be. So we have a merchant star unlocked. We're about to have as thief star.
Your name slips my memory. Who are you again?
Really? Don't you know who I am? Yeah, you guys, you are literally like wanting to backstab.
It is good to see a friendly face in this fickle world.
Alright, are you willing to do this?
This proposition should be in all our best interests.
It should be. Then what do you guys have? Alright. So I guess I get to be the mover and the shaker here. So we have, they ended a treaty. Open cities, cheap trade. Huh. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this bar down for a second. So what we need to do is we need to start getting our forces in position just to make sure nobody does anything rash or unwise. And then we have some units that we can build. Like, these are still very good. We do have musketeers, though, so that's 46, 42, 41. Wow, okay. I guess the difference is that we're in different eras, but these are so much more mobile and can move after attacking, so let's just go ahead and build a few. It's emblematic units anyway, so it's fun. I stopped building these because they cost a lot of money to upkeep, but I think now is probably the time to rekeep them, so it's fine. This is just a, let's call it an insurance policy. Just to make sure that somebody doesn't try to sign a check that he can't cash. Alright, we should be able to actually exploit this oil now, can't we? Combustion engine. Did we not research that? No, we're getting there. Alright, so we're getting close to the close to getting out of here, like telegraphy. That's not how you pronounce it. We can actually produce biplanes, which is pretty cute. Tech trench warfare. Don't really want that. Guerrilla warfare. See, we don't really want that either, although he looks very French. Alright, so our production's going to go through the roof once we get some of these going, even if it is a little bit of pollution. Like I said, we'll plant some trees and make it work. Alright. Oh, that's cute. Let's hit the intern button again. New notification again. Mercantilism researched. So look at this. Our forces are moving again. It's like we were doing good. I would have let you all be fine. Everything could have been okay. But no, somebody has to be a jerk. It's always someone who just has to crap on the parade. Hook up our first coal or second coal as well. Is that second coal, third coal? One of the coals. I thought we had like 3 coal. But it looks like we just have the 2. That's still plenty. How many resources in the world are there of this? Okay. 1, 2, and there's our 3rd. So you got to build that university first, which is fine. And we can turn you off. So see, our research is still doing good, but that's a powerful test for like how strong do we want to make some of the stuff. So now we know we need to build a high furnace. Manufacturing plus 2 worker slots and plus 1 industry per workers seems cute. But yeah, the academy's the big one here. So we'll be able to get this even higher. So some people are buying our coal. Then we just get to move things again. Like I said, the polls are a little bit suspicious. Total atmospheric pollution is 10. I guess we're gonna give our pound of flesh to that in just a little bit. We can upgrade you guys. From pikemen, yeah. Might as well. We certainly have the money for it. Alright. And then propeller. Look at this, whale fishing. Seafood wholesalers. For maximum sea trade for maximum cats. Steam frigate. Oh, that's exciting. And the good old-fashioned ironclad. I love it. It's a giant metal boat with sails. Oh, history is fantastic. The Mongols feel different towards us. They're first off.
Always a pleasure to see you, friend.
Huh. They aired serious grievances against us. Okay, we're trading resources. We're much more powerful. They depend on access here. Okay, guys. Guys. I am very suspicious here. So suspicious, in fact, that we're going to move over here. I think I'm going to keep some of these peeps in the middle. And we just need to start upgrading our units. That's all you're telling me here. So yeah, if you want to throw a bunch of shit at me, that's fine. I mean, I have knights, but I also have guns. So have at thee. Give me some more era stars, I guess. I guess it's like, wow, who knew that you got too powerful? Alright, well, you guys can join up down here. Like I said, this feels like somebody's going to try to ambush me. That's 203, 131. So technically we're not super strong yet compared to 7 of these fuckers. But hopefully we can get back in time before we get jumped. Like, we do want this hamlet to build, but I think I'm gonna speed up production here just a little bit, because new world, new problems, right? Exhibition hall. Yeah, do I want musketeers versus... Like I said, the atom ability here is just so good. They're all ranged. And these can move and attack. So I think that's what we want here. Alright, so Exhibition Hall can't afford that, but it's fine. So I'm not going to attack them.
Come, relax. Let us speak honestly.
The Mughals are at war with your allies, the Poles. Well, I guess it couldn't last. And how are the Poles feeling?
Be quick, for my people need me.
They are appeasing to us, but they're at war with another one of my allies, so that's fun.
Come, let us share our dreams.
Alright.
We would all benefit.
Let's see if we can do that, and then... Are you guys really going to play stupid games and get stupid prizes? Because Like I said, that's a stack. I've got a stack of my own coming, though. Like I said, each of these units is 29. There's just more of them. So, apparently, changing these over to gunners is expensive. But it's okay. And we have a lot of influence, but I'm not too concerned. We'll be able to pick up some oil next turn, too, so that's nice. And what kind of units do you have? You all have special star-lined halberdiers for some reason. Well, we have 4. Those are 42 versus 44. There's my boat. We're still just exploring. Haven't found like a ton here in the open waters. But it's turn 200 now. Combustion engine. And there's another science star. Or no, that's not a science star. So population gain. Huh. Okay. Well, the good news, at least, is that with, how much are we trading with the Poles right now? We're trading a lot.
Friend, it is good to see you. Come, sit near me, my friend.
Alright. Who's being oppressed? You're being oppressed, you're being oppressed. Like, your trade is not particularly valuable right now. The gemstones are good, don't get me wrong. And I could probably be building up some other stuff just to get wondrous production for some of this stuff, but we'll, I may want to table this and leave it here, because I do have these demands. I have 6 turns to push them. And I think I might want to, because this continent is ours. Like, we could just demand all of it. But it'll really piss them off if we do. And all I'd really be doing is getting their land. So, idle army, that's fine. We're just going to put y'all right here. And then we need new research. Look at this, 6,000 research. And we're going to be able to do a lot more here in just a little bit. So let's look at our stars real quick. We need one more tech to go the next era. I don't feel any particular attachment to this era, and that's kind of some of the criticism I've heard about this game is the pacing at the end. But look, like the Poles, they're in the early modern era. They're getting so close to reaching the industrial era. Meanwhile, we're about ready to go. So what I think we should do, is there any particular techs that seem really exciting here? Like microbiology seems exciting. +1 stability per population on all cities. Seems really good, especially if I get thrown into a war here in just a second. Mass production also seems good. Gives us some upgrades for some industry here. Line formation gives us these guys that I don't really care about. But it is technically an upgrade from our last infantry unit, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to try to research our way really hard through other stuff here. So let's hit intern. And we are just a touch away from going. Look at this. We have just lapped everybody. That's where sometimes, you know, it's a one run. And we could try to fight these guys. We could get another star just doing that. But there's other ways to generate fame here at the end of the day. So we have idle armies. We're going to upgrade y'all. Just because it's fun. It's not free, but it is fun. Okay, y'all are upgraded. Y'all are upgraded. And we have our first here. Okay, let's move you down. We did move you, right? There we go. And our first over here, we're just going to sit you at the crossroads. Alright, so we're just a turn away, I guess. Really. I did ask you to move. Well, there's so much going on here, but it looks like if you really like the French, we're just going to get it for a turn. So microbiology's there. We have trade routes that are getting blocked again. But yeah, we don't have to do anything for some of this stuff. It's just there. And those are really powerful. And we can get +2 stability per researchers. Nice that gunpowder gets used for that. So Air Star unlocked. I guess the question is, how fast do we want to slam the door on this game right here? Because I don't think anyone's going to catch up to us regardless of what we do. I could stick around and be like, la la la, let's get some more population. Let's dunk on fame and stuff. But I think it's going to be a little more important because I'm not really planning on using too much of this. The exhibition hall is nice. But I think we move on. Now, there's some really good modern people, like Soviets I could use just to steamroll things. The Americans, not nearly as good. So, unit costs less and strength is much greater. But, okay, the Turks +1 food, and then public schools are just plus 300% science per adjacent research quarter is kind of ridiculous. And stealth operative missiles fun, I guess. The Swedes are kind of the go-to pick for, hey, these people are really powerful. So we could do +3 science on all research quarters and then +3 science per district, and that's just really good. Japanese robotics lab. We get pollution, we get industry, we get science per adjacent district. Indians, not very exciting. Modern Egyptians. That's modern Egyptians. Yep, not as exciting. Brazil, Australia. I think we're just going to go superpower here, just so I can say I did it here, just so I don't have to do it on any future playthroughs. We're just going to get a nice suit, get a nice flag, and hit confirm. And we'll get that next turn. And you guys can just enjoy the fact that I have like a huge fame lead, whereas before maybe I didn't. All right. Once again, game doesn't really want me to move very hard down here by itself. So if they want to amass some troops, that's cool. A separation of powers. Religious community participation has been waning for years as the empire's cultural strength grows. Now's the right time to remove religious authority from political power. Should religion solely be a matter of personal faith, or does it still have a part to play in civic society? Well, we could do integration, lose the ability to enforce state religion, build new holy sites or pick tenets, become immune to religious grievances, or state atheism. So secularism or state atheism. Ah, boy. Replace the state religion with atheism. So this is one that's just... We will lose the ability to build holy sites out of the way. So this is one where we don't have to pick a tenant. But I do want to go ahead and enter a new era and see if we can go ahead. And we're going to still need to build... if we look here... We still actually need to build this, right? So maybe we can work on that real quick. Like if we drop... That's still 10% science on the capital just regardless. But I feel like we've fallen just a little bit behind here. Regardless, if we drop Big Ben, like... You know what, let's put him in Lulaban. I think Lulaban has earned it. Can't be done without a river tile. Fascinating. And we'll just put you right here. Or right here. Or right here. This is fine. Alright. So we're getting a little silly. We're kind of dunking on some people. But it's okay. So 16 turns to be done. We'll let you all finish up. You can work on Big Ben now. Alright. Once you finish your units, and you, boy oh boy, you can really take some more people for industry and fooding and sciencing. That would go so much better. How much science are you producing now? So still 650. Still good, but not like the best. And I think I'm going the wrong way through here now. So they're producing on Big Ben 12 turns. 12 turns. 12 turns. You can just buy this. Charcoal kiln in 2 turns. Are you kidding me? Okay, 10 turns for that. That's fine. That'll give us something to do on the next turn, next turn, next turn spam, especially because we'll be getting a lot of more units here. So let's go into the next era. That was a nice time as the French. We're going to try to overpower our way to the end.
The human mind, creative, imaginative, and ingenious at turning every single human invention to its most violent end. We pray or hope, looking forward to a future which, with luck, will be counted in millennia, not in months. Tolerant, smart, hardworking, great work-life balance. And on top of all that, saunas to relax in.
I guess technically it depends on who you ask, but the game ends in 97 turns. We're in the contemporary era. You see that we still do have a fame counter, because fame still does get accumulated. The bar's kind of been moved for our thresholds for fame, so we're going to have to get into some bigger fights. We're going to have to build some more things here, but it's all good. We have a lot of science that we can still get. So we're going to kind of dive into that next time, because now the entire tech tree is open to us and we can research. We're getting really good science production right now. And what I'm thinking of doing is, just after building some of the important buildings here, because now we have the Research Institute. Like, that's 104 research. And that's not even as strong as some other places would do it here. Like Laventa, 89 research, and then we can build more around there. Lulaban, 125 research. 113 research, and then we can put more. Like I said, this is all stuff that just gets really strong, but once we clamp all these down, we'll definitely be able to put our things here. And we actually have aluminum. That's nice. We can't exploit it yet, but our last researches are unknown and unknown. They are known to us now. But like Research Institute 160. It's just a little ridiculous. 157. But I guess that's technically when we're trying to close out the game. We are really trying to close out the game here. And that's okay. So 106. I love how the New World has helped us so much. As it should be for research here, and then up here. Even they get to contribute, so 98 research. Yeah, it's a good time. So 108. So this will give us some districts here. All these are 105s. We'll try to put these in places where we can build around them a little more. I love that's 56. And then we still have oil that we need to try to exploit. Alright, but that'll do it for this one. This is Asher. With even more, I almost said Star Sector, but we are going to try to close this one out. And it's going to be... It might get messy, because I have a feeling somebody's going to try to poke us with horses. and it's not going to end very well for him. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We will do this again soon. This is Humankind. It's there's some issues with it that I'll get into as we kind of wrap up the series, but still, I mean, one of the things for the game is, do I still feel like playing it? And yes, I do. Even though it's like, yeah, we're going to be slapping that end turn button a lot. I mean, we're still going to do it. I just want to play it out. So thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.